Live from the station on your side, this is Wavy News 10.
Saddam Hussein has 48 hours to get out of Iraq or face the full force of the United States military.
Well, that is the word straight from President Bush this evening. He addressed the nation just 3 hours ago. We also have live team coverage tonight from the president's speech to the Middle East to Hampton Roads. Bush did set a course for war without UN backing. We have Michael Williams now in Washington.
Good evening. At the White House tonight, President Bush said peaceful efforts to disarm Iraq have failed and that Saddam Hussein will be ousted from power because weapons of mass destruction in his hands or those of terrorists pose a direct and growing threat to U.S. security. President Bush said after 12 years of deception about chemical and biological weapons, the Iraqi dictator now has 2 days to make a choice.
Saddam Hussein and his sons must leave Iraq within 48 hours. Their refusal to do so will result in military conflict, commenced at a time of our choosing.
The president told the Iraqi people their day of liberation is near. He warned the Iraqi military not to fight for a dying regime and said war crimes would be prosecuted.
Do not destroy oil wells, a source of wealth that belongs to the Iraqi people. Do not obey any command to use weapons of mass destruction against anyone.
Having failed to rally UN support for a pro-war resolution, the president criticized French and Russian veto threats.
These governments share our assessment of the danger, but not our resolve to meet it.
And to the American people, President Bush promised every effort's being made to secure the homeland.
Should enemies strike our country, they would be attempting to shift our attention with panic and weaken our morale with fear.
Tonight, the national threat level is going back up from yellow to orange, or high alert status. One more sign the U.S. at home and abroad is on war footing. And now for the latest on American troops poised for combat, we go to Phil Rogers in Kuwait City.
Good evening, Michael. Tonight, American citizens are being advised to leave this city immediately. While just to the north of us in the desert, U.S. troops are making their final preparations for war. Are you ready? Near the Iraqi border, U.S. commanders are firing up the troops for an assault that now seems all but certain. Today, final checks of powerful weapons, chemical suits unpacked. Some soldiers tonight able to watch flickering images of the president in the desert, all declaring they are ready to strike.
And we're here. We're ready to do what's needed.
In Baghdad, more defiance. Saddam Hussein declaring that while he once had weapons of mass destruction, he doesn't have them now. His foreign minister rejecting the president's ultimatum.
The only option is the departure of the warmonger #1 in the world, the failing President Bush.
In the Iraqi capital, weapons inspectors and journalists are packing up. Citizens digging in. Gun store business booming.
USA.
Here in Kuwait, there are advisories that the dangers are very real. People are stocking up and getting out. Tensions being felt here tonight by Americans on 2 fronts, by U.S. citizens here in the capital, and by U.S. soldiers poised to strike into Iraq. I'm Phil Rogers reporting live from Kuwait City. Now back to you.
Thanks a lot. And of course, Wavy News 10 does also have a crew on board the USS Theodore Roosevelt, so we have immediate reaction to the president's speech.
Even though it was 2 in the morning, Wavy News 10's Patty Culhane found sailors very interested in what President Bush had to say. She joins us now on the phone. Patty, how about it?
That's right, Les. You know, there was just a skeleton crew working when the president was speaking. As you said, it was about 3 in the morning. But we found a group of sailors watching in the mess decks. It may have been 3 in the morning, but you couldn't tell that when the president was done speaking.
It was still a very debatable subject, but now it looks pretty clear to us. In the next 2 days, we're just going to tell the future, so let's just go with it from there.
I was more like everybody else back at home, like, just forget about it, let's just bring us back home, I don't want to be out here, you know. But then when he says something like that, it just totally changes my idea of everything, and I really do want to be out here, and I realized why I came in here.
I think he was direct, straight to the point, and that's what we need to hear. Especially me being in the military, so I mean, I don't want to be here just sitting here waiting and waiting and waiting. I'm here to do a job, it's time to do the job.
He said everything I expect him to say, and everything I would think Bush would say. And I'm happy that he said it. And we're ready.
Now, there have been some reports that the TR and the Truman are in the Red Sea. I can tell you without putting anyone in danger or violating any security that that is in fact not the case. We are still in the eastern Mediterranean. So, of course, Turkey would be the straightest path for these fighter pilots if they're called into war. But without Turkey giving overflight rights, it is a possibility that they'll have to find another path. That's one of they say the good things about naval aviation. They can pretty much go anywhere they need to. One option, of course, would put them over Israel, but that would be a huge political struggle for the president. And also, I've talked to some of the pilots who say they simply just don't want to do that because then they'll be coming back into Israel. They don't want to be confused as a Scud missile and shot down by the Israelis. Another option, they can go through Egypt and Saudi Arabia, and they say that is a very real possibility here on the TR. Remember, in Afghanistan, these fighters are flying 10-hour missions with refueling in midair. They can really go for hours and hours wherever they need to be. But no matter what happens with Turkey or where the ship ends up, sailors here, basically, bottom line, they're just excited that they now have a timetable. Les Velveeta, back to you.
Anxious to get on with the job. All right, Patty Culhane aboard the Roosevelt tonight. Thanks.
And with the TR possibly just hours away from war, the Truman, too, there are thousands of Navy families who anxiously watched the president's speech tonight. Wavy News 10's Mary Kay Maloney sat down with one of those families tonight. She joins us live now from Naval Station Norfolk with how they're feeling right now. Mary Kay?
Alvita, they're hanging in there. It's pretty tough, though. They've been watching Patty Culhane's pieces there. We do know that the wife of this TR sailor is 100% behind the president and the war. We also looked at the situation through the eyes of this sailor's 7-year-old daughter. April and her children watching and waiting for the latest news on Daddy's ship.
He is on the Roosevelt, I guess out in the water.
He's working 15-hour days fixing the airplanes that launch and land on the TR.
He's the behind-the-scenes part of the war. And that's really comforting.
Despite the president's latest speech and 48-hour ultimatum, April says she's not going to believe anything until it actually happens.
It's depressing. It gets depressing and it gets old because I hear that this is going to happen and it doesn't happen and that's going to happen. You know, like, well, we're giving a final ultimatum. I've heard that how many times now on the news, so I just...
And while the country seems divided on what to do about Saddam Hussein, this 7-year-old little girl says she knows exactly how she feels.
What do you think about Saddam Hussein?
Well, I think he's kind of mean because he kills his own people. Very mean.
And what does this child say about weapons of mass destruction and the U.S. going to war against Iraq?
Do you think that's a good idea?
Yeah, a very good idea. Very, very good.
Why?
Because if we destroy the things that he's trying to use to kill us, then he can't kill us. I really don't think he should be living if he's being so mean and killing his own people. I think he really shouldn't be living.
And while Jasmine says she thinks President Bush is a very good president, it's clear who her real hero is.
It's Daddy!
April says she got an email from her husband on board the TR last night saying that it's been like Groundhog's Day every day, waking up the exact same thing every single day, but that could change drastically in a matter of hours after tonight's speech from the president.
Yeah, just have to wait and see. Yeah. All right, thanks a lot. And, of course, with so many developments tonight, we did bring in Wavy News 10 military analyst Colonel Carl Fisher to answer some questions for us.
Colonel, in the first Gulf War, we saw a 44-day air war before the ground troops even went in. This is going to be much different, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think that the air war and the ground war will be almost concurrent. And, of course, we have some other things that probably will be involved, much greater use of special operations types, and also perhaps an airborne assault by members of the 82nd Airborne Division.
In his speech tonight, President Bush actually singled out Saddam Hussein and his sons. What would be the importance in doing that?
Well, the sons are actually the follow-on, if you will, to Saddam Hussein, and they really are his only trusted lieutenants. Even though, quite frankly, I don't think he trusts them all that far, but they are far more trusted than the average person in his regime. And you've got to get rid of Saddam and his sons in order to get rid of the regime.
We now have this 48-hour deadline. Is there a real danger that Saddam Hussein, facing that deadline, could launch some sort of preemptive strike?
Well, I think so. And one of the things that the constant nightmares that is talked about is that perhaps he would strike Israel to try to get the Israelis involved in the war, which would inflame the Arab world even more than it is inflamed now. There are a lot of possibilities out there, and they all are fraught with danger for the United States.
All right, we'll be watching over the next 2 days, Colonel.
We will.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Once again, major developments tonight. We want to recap them for you now.
Well, the president has given Saddam Hussein 48 hours to get out or face a war led by the United States. His message to the people of Iraq, your day of liberation is near. His message to Saddam's soldiers, give up now. Do not fight and die for a dying regime.
Also tonight, the nation's terror alert level is back to orange, the second highest stage. Homeland Security officials are concerned about possible terror attacks in retaliation for the war with Iraq.
And as President Bush closes the doors of diplomacy, people of faith storm the gates of heaven with prayers for peace and safety. I'm Kay Young in Virginia Beach. The story is coming up.
Plus, another Hampton Roads child has died after suffering flu-like symptoms. Hear what health officials have to say about this case.
And a mysterious illness is also sweeping across Asia tonight. Health officials are baffled, and they fear it might already be in the United States. Details coming up.
And our weather headlines for the day. It'll look a lot like rain for most of us, but we'll see mainly a little bit of rain in mainly coastal areas in the south side. We've got a lot of people halfway across the world. Here's just an idea of what the forecast is for tomorrow and tomorrow night.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Verizon Communications.
Virginia's winning number.
Hi, everybody. I'm Sally Davis with Virginia's winning numbers for Monday, March 17th. Let's pick 3. And the luck of the Irish to you. Our numbers tonight are 297. 297, our winning pick 3 numbers. Cash 5 numbers are on the side of your screen. And now to pick 4, where our winning numbers are 5, 8, 5, 9, 5, 8, 5, 9. And now it's time for bonus ball. If the bonus ball lands in the basket, pick 3 and pick 4 prizes increased by 20%. And he's up, and oh, no bonus tonight. But tomorrow is another day. Good night, y'all.
We're Suncom, and we get it. When news breaks, it's not only what you know, it's who you know. From Baghdad to the UN, no one can match the power of NBC News. 24/7, reporters in the field, experts at home. For the latest, stay with NBC News and Wavy News 10. We're on your side with SatPhone 10. This new technology means we can bring you stories live from anywhere in the world, here at home, across the globe. People, pictures, and places you won't see anywhere else. Trust the power of NBC News and Wavy News 10.
Loyalty has to be earned, and Ford quality and selection keep Ford owners loyal. So it's no wonder Ford has more repeat buyers than any other make, including Honda, Toyota, and Chevy. Now get $2,000 cash back or 0% financing on Ford Focus. 0% saves you up to $52 per month. That's up to $2,500 in total savings. Visit your neighborhood Ford store today and discover what millions of Ford owners already know.
America's on the brink of war. Depend on News Radio WNIS 790 AM for the latest updates from Iraq and around the world. WNIS, world news on the hour and half hour 24/7. And perspectives from our award-winning talk show hosts. Tony McCready mornings, Neil Gortz and Rush Limbaugh middays, John Hannity and Bill O'Reilly afternoons, Michael Savage evenings. More adults in Hampton Roads listen to WNIS than any other radio station. News Radio WNIS 790 AM.
The best values in America are at your Chrysler dealer today. Now's the time to get great products like our best-selling minivans, versatile PT Cruiser, and the powerful 300M. Great protection with our fully transferable 770 powertrain limited warranty. And great deals like up to $3,500 cash allowance or 0% financing. Great products, great warranty, great deals. Add it all up and you'll get the best values in America. Hurry to your Chrysler dealer or visit Chrysler.com.
Yep. I need your help.
On March 28th, let the deception begin.
So what am I doing here?
Basic is an electrically charged thriller.
What happened out there? Wait, don't say it. I'll tell you.
It will have you guessing until the very end.
We're here, but we're not here.
John Travolta proves again he's one of the best actors of our time.
Am I scratching your surface yet? Want to see what happens when you lie?
Basic. Rated R. In theaters everywhere, March 28th.
As the president prepares us all for war now, many are turning to a higher power for guidance tonight.
Wavy News 10's Kay Young takes us to the Church of the Ascension in Virginia Beach, where members are praying for peace.
We pray that as we gather this night, we pray that in some miraculous way, peace might come to that land.
Let's pray for our military men and women that the Lord would keep them from harm's way. For this we pray.
About all that anybody can do is to pray. Kathy McNamara spent 20 years in the Navy. Tonight, she's with others of like faith, praying not so much in support of or opposition to war with Iraq.
I think what brings us together is a common concern for maybe humanity one day can live together in peace, that the world can be free of dictators, and that somehow we may not need to rely on weapons.
But among the prayers are thoughts that weapons will be used before there is peace in Iraq.
But I do think the sooner the better because of the terrorism threat.
I think that peace is the best option, but it's not always possible.
While the songs were sung, President Bush announced a 48-hour deadline for Saddam Hussein to leave Iraq, a deadline many will continue to pray through, a deadline many believe will come and go and mark the beginning of war.
And to pray that once it does begin, that it'll end quickly with a minimum of loss of life to everyone, all countries.
Kay Young, Wavy News 10.
War hasn't started yet, of course, but tonight gas prices are at an all-time high.
And the average price for regular unleaded gasoline is now $1.73, and that sets the record. The government says that the fear of war has the price of crude oil going right through the roof. Plus, inventory is low right now while demand is high.
No one gives you earlier warning than the Super Doppler 10 radar network. Here's Don Slater.
Hi, everybody. Lots of rain out there, and it's moving northward. However, you don't see this line progress very far. It's basically falling apart as it moves northward. This area on out to sea, it's likely to survive. This area over land is not likely to do so. So Outer Bankers, you're likely to see a little bit of rain overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning, possibly even into the south side of the Hampton Roads area as well. We'll show you that to you in the forecast. It is, for the most part, very, very light rain. You can see it over Cape Hatteras and Hatteras Village itself, Frisco, and toward Buxton. Perhaps a little bit of moderate rain toward Frisco and toward Buxton in some of these areas of darker green. But again, no real great shakes as far as rain. The big stuff is offshore, and it's staying there right now. Now, here's a look at what's been going on and where everything is moving to. What we can see, again, is this particular area inland over land is falling apart. The area out to sea is holding tough, plus this area is going to sweep on up into it. And again, it'll affect mainly coastal areas of North Carolina. And we may see some rain develop out of this across the south side as well. But again, it's not going to be a real big deal. It's not going to be a whole day washout as far as rain. As we are 4:30 in the morning, again, you can see some of that rain starting to develop and some possibility of thunderstorms even along the Outer Banks. A little bit heavier rain there. Northeasterly winds 15 to 20. And again, mainly from the Virginia-North Carolina border southward. But some of this could sneak on up into the south side as well during the day coming up for tomorrow. But I doubt that we're going to be see the day dominated by totally rain. And really the rest of us, I think we'll just see mostly cloudy skies and kind of dank and kind of dreary and the same kind of thing that we've had since yesterday. But again, it looks like we'll see a little bit of clearing take place on Wednesday for a while. Some off and on sunshine, but still mostly cloudy skies. So what we're looking at is, again, some rain coming up from the south side, especially toward the Outer Banks. Outer Banks, you're likely to see a little bit of rain coming up for tomorrow. And the rest of us, I think we'll see just some scattered cloud cover through the day. And as far as the drizzle and fog that we have right now, it'll likely last into tomorrow morning. Can't see all that much on our tower cam on a time-lapse sequence. Can't see it hardly at all right now. 54 in Newport News, 51 in Norfolk and Virginia Beach. Taking a look at temperatures through the area. They look like this. Haven't changed that much since 6 o'clock. 51, 54, 55. A little bit warmer in some inland areas. We've got a light easterly wind flow coming in off the water. And the water temperature is in the low 40s right now, so it holds the temperature down at the water's edge. 50, 51, 53. A little bit of rain, of course, toward Nags Head. Into the Hampton Roads area. Just a little bit of fog and drizzle. 40 49, 50, 51 for a low. A little bit cooler toward the Middle Peninsula, Northern Neck, and Eastern Shore. Now, coming up for tomorrow, again, rain is likely along the Outer Banks. Elizabeth City, you're likely to see a little bit of off and on rain. A couple of degrees cooler coming up for tomorrow. Winton, not likely to see the rain. Pungo, yes, you're likely to see a little bit of rain off and on during the morning hours, especially of tomorrow, and into parts of the south side. Not so likely into Cortland and Newport News. Points northward, I doubt that you're going to see the rain, but still cloudy skies. And again, kind of a cloudy, dreary, dank day. Slight chance of rain from the south side southward into northeast North Carolina. 49 on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We are looking at a chance of thunderstorms into the area, a little far away yet. And our weekend so far looks pretty good, but getting there is going to be a little rough. We're going to see sunshine until Saturday and Sunday, and let's hope that part comes true anyway. But again, a little bit of light rain, and again, still kind of cloudy and dreary.
All right, thanks. Up next, a mysterious illness is killing people in Asia.
And now some in this country being tested as well. Details in just a moment.
Do you think it's a coincidence that Nissan put incredibly powerful engines in the Maxima, Pathfinder, supercharged Xterra and Frontier, and the Sentra as well? A powerful coincidence or just a nasty habit? Now, during the Getting Gear sales event, get 0.9 financing and up to $1,000 cash back on most new Nissans. Powerful.
You're concerned about physical fitness, but how's your visual fitness? For healthy eyesight, more people than ever before are turning to Beach Eye Care for the visual fitness of all laser LASIK.
The procedure itself was actually so quick and so simple. When it comes to something as important as your eyes, you don't want any minor league players, you want the best.
If you're unhappy with your old contacts or eyeglasses, call the visual fitness experts of Beach Eye Care at 425-5550.
I got something you don't got. Check this out.
Dodge Ram 1500. The Hemi legend continues. Grab Dodge's 770 powertrain limited warranty, plus 0% financing or $2,500 cash allowance. Ford, Chevy, and Toyota don't match this.
This kitchen is open 24 hours a day. When my children's friends are hungry, they come and find me. I always keep the pantry ready. Coming to Walmart Supercenter, you can get great prices. Their produce section is wonderful. It's fresh, it's crisp, it's colorful. You get great quality for less money. I can find any meat that I want. Hot roast, chuck roast, spiral ham is great. I always like to have something baked fresh for the bins. I can get everything I need at my Supercenter. We all need to watch our pennies, and Walmart does that. This is where it all happens.
Thank you, Hampton Roads, for making Wavy News 10 at 11 your first choice for breaking news and weather. This segment of Wavy News 10 is brought to you by your local Honda dealer.
From power to refinement, it's the best Accord yet. Auto Week magazine.
It just doesn't get any better than this. Car and Driver.
Inside this handsome new structure is a cabin that caters to the driver, Motor Trend.
We've always received our fair share of accolades. The key is never being satisfied with them.
Now you can lease a 2003 Accord LX sedan for $239 a month for 39 months.
You may remember the story of the Navy mother who left her baby on a stranger's lawn in Portsmouth and skipped town.
Well, tonight, 21-year-old Samantha James has learned her fate 1 year behind bars. She did tell the judge that she was very sorry for what she did and that she wanted her baby back. But little Anna will remain in the care of social services until a custody hearing next week.
Another young child has died suddenly after developing flu-like symptoms. The state medical examiner says 6-year-old Ariana Harris died of streptococcal group A sepsis, commonly known as strep throat. She was a student at Bay Lake Pines School in Virginia Beach. State health officials say Ariana's death is not linked to the 6 previous child deaths in the last few weeks.
A mysterious illness is now sweeping through parts of Asia, and tonight 14 people in the United States are being tested as well. So far, 9 people have died and 170 hospitalized in the past week, most in Hong Kong and Vietnam. They all had symptoms similar to pneumonia and the flu. Health officials emphasize there is no reason for Americans to worry unless they've been to Asia recently or in contact with someone who has.
Big layoff tonight at the Gateway plant in Hampton. You can also read about this one in tomorrow's Daily Press. Many of the workers said they knew it was coming. 237 let go. Many offered severance packages. The Hampton plant is one of only 2 in the world that puts Gateway desktop computers together. Coming up in sports, great auto racing from Darlington. Bruce Rader has highlights.
And Monday night means the plays of the week. Find out who made the cut after the break.
Exotic, but somehow familiar. Its beauty will enchant you. Intriguing, elegant. This is Australia's own Black Swan, and this is Black Swan Shiraz. It's bold yet remarkably smooth. Awaken your sense of adventure. Discover Black Swan Shiraz.
Behind them, a little too much fog. Ahead of them, a few too many people. But right now, life is perfect. Thanks to purple mountains, fruited plains, and a monumental lease offer on the Acura TL. See your Acura dealer for details.
You ranked Saturn #1 in customer satisfaction with dealer service and #1 in sales satisfaction. We'd like to return the favor.
Just an old-fashioned love song coming down.
Now get 0% APR financing for 5 full years on any 2003 Saturn. Come in soon. We can't wait to see you. Get a 2003 Saturn Ion L Series or View at 0% APR financing for 5 years. For restrictions, see your retailer.
Now hear this. Shrimp Crazy is back at Joe's Crab Shack. Get your tail into Joe's and create your own shrimp combo for only $9.99. Choose from barbecue chipotle shrimp, fried shrimp, grilled shrimp, coconut shrimp, shrimp scampi, crab stuffed shrimp, and a boatload more. Get a belly full of the big gulp shrimp you crave, all for just $9.99. So what are you waiting for? Choose your 2 favorites and create your own shrimp combo. Only at Joe's Crab Shack.
You gotta go eat at Joe's.
The new 2003 Grand Am Special Edition with Performance Shift Automatic, CD player, aluminum wheels, power windows, locks, mirrors, and more. It's our newest release. The 2003 Pontiac Grand Am SE Special Edition is well equipped, and current GM owners and lessees can get one of their own for $15,995 after total cash back. See your Hampton Roads, Carolina Pontiac dealers today.
I want a new truck, one that does what it should.
Want a new truck? Right now, get at least $2,000 cash back on every 2003 Chevy SUV. Plus, GM owners get an additional $1,000 GM loyalty cash for a total of $3,000 cash back. A new truck, a new look, a new you. See your local Chevy dealer today.
Little Monday racing bonus here in basketball
indeed.
season.
We're going to take a break from basketball for one night. Racing fans got to see a couple of real door slammers over the last 36 hours. A fantastic finish in not just 1 but 2 races at Darlington. This was the scene at Darlington yesterday. Ricky Craven and Kurt Busch come to the finish line side by side, with Craven winning by 0.02 of a second. The margin of victory, the smallest since NASCAR went to electronic timing in 1993. Look at that. What a finish.
I was racing a really good race car driver, and it got physical, and that's okay. I mean, it was entertaining. It was great for the fans, but neither of us got knocked out. I mean, it was just what you dream of, and I'm not sure I'd want to have to win them that way every week, but it was a great way to win a race.
They were pounding. Then today, back at Darlington, the rain-delayed Busch race. Todd Bodine in the white car, Jamie McMurray in the orange car, headed to the finish line. Bodine hits McMurray, but holds on to slide across the finish line to win the race. Bodine and McMurray are good friends, but oh no, how about that? 2 dramatic finishes at the same track 2 days in a row. Racing fans got their money's worth this weekend. Well, it's Monday night, and that means it's time for
the plays of the week.
So let the excitement begin. These plays are worthy. Now, we may ruffle some feathers, but let's flex our muscles with the play of the week on campus. Ohio State's Brent Darby gets the friendly bounce off the top of the backboard, and the ball goes through. Here's the play of the week with a stick. Marco Sturm will get the breakaway, then the one-handed shot for the goal. Here's the play of the week in golf. Mike Weir, using a pitching wedge, chips his second shot. This would be an eagle, 100 yards. Oh, yeah. Here's the play of the week that's wrong. Cleveland's Ricky Davis needed one rebound for a triple-double, so he tried to fake it. It didn't work. Here's the play of the week where misdirection rules. Watch carefully. The slap shot is deflected. Then it bounces off Mike Leclerc and goes in. Here's the play of the week inside. From Arena Football, Arizona's Bo Kelly makes the catch and takes it to the house. Well, it's the mini house. It's Arena Football. Here's the play of the week for fun. Now, what does Alvita do between newscasts? Well, she's graceful and balanced, too. Here's the play of the week down south. The season hasn't even started, but the Mets and the Dodgers have no love. Look at them. They start punching and fighting and wrestling. But wait a minute. Baseball players don't wrestle.
Wrestlers wrestle.
Off the top rope, Eddie Guerrero is about to deliver some pain and chaos. And, of course, Les Smith was at the game. I'm not sure that he really knows who he's rooting for here. What a festive way to end the plays of the week.
In the holiday spirit, though, that's the important thing.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
Yes. All right. We're going to recap the president's speech in a moment.
Your 7-day forecast available every hour, every day, only at Wavy.com.
In nature, speed and timing are crucial. And now you need both to get a great deal on a Jeep vehicle, since the Best Values in America event won't be around for long. So act fast to get great products, a great warranty, and great deals, like a Grand Cherokee with 0% financing for 60 months or a $3,000 cash allowance. So get to your Jeep dealer today, because timing is everything. Great products, a great warranty, and great deals all add up to the Best Values in America. Hurry to your Jeep dealer for details or visit Jeep.com.
To get ready for Easter, like all good eggs, we are practicing our hiding technique. Okay, try and find me. Easter also means it's time for Food Lion's MVP Easter Ham Giveaway. Just clip your Easter ham card from the flyer, spend $35 a week for 6 of the next 8 weeks, and get your delicious Easter ham free. What are you doing? Mom said I could hide at her place for a while. How did we come from the same hen? The MVP Easter Ham Giveaway only at Food Lion. See this week's flyer for details.
Millions of people have one thing in common. They choose one company time and time again, and that company is Ford, with more repeat buyers than any other make, including Honda, Toyota, and Chevy. Now we're making it easier than ever to drive the ones you love, like Ford Focus and Mustang. Get 0% financing or $2,000 cash back. Plus, now through March 31st, get an additional $500 spring bonus cash on Focus and Mustang. Visit your neighborhood Ford store today and discover what millions already know.
America's most affordable four-door sedan comes with a 10-year warranty. The Kia Rio. That new car smell has never been more affordable.
Visit your Hampton Roads Kia retailers. Hurry, offer ends soon.
As a condition for ending...
A recap now to the president's address to the nation. Saddam Hussein has 48 hours to get out or face a war led by the United States.
Also, the nation's terror alert level is back to orange, the second highest stage. Homeland Security officials are worried about possible terrorist attacks in retaliation to war with Iraq.
And our express forecast coming up for tomorrow. We could see a slight chance of rain, but basically just mostly cloudy, kind of dreary, couple of degrees cooler. Look for relief from the weekend.
Okay. That's going to do it for Wavy News 10 tonight. Thanks for joining us.
See you tomorrow.
Good night.